Hello, my great people. Hello, my great people. Hello. Welcome to Great Goodness People, AG Executive Kitchen, where we cook and talk relationship. Welcome. It has been a long time. AG Executive Kitchen life. Oh, welcome. I just want to quickly say some things or discuss something this night. Yes, I want to discuss some things. And based on what is going on these days, a lot of things are going on. It's very true that we are the end time of the world. Okay, so a lot of things are already going on now. And that is why I want to discuss this topic, because a lot of women are really crying. A lot of pain everywhere, disappointments, sorrows, and all that. So, I was just discussing with someone, what is actually the cause of those things? Really, today we are talking about guys, men. Men that take vow, men that say I do, men that take their wife or their ladies to the altar, get married to them. Then after marriage, you become a snake, you become so bittered, you started treating her like nobody in your house. You see, a lot of people are so depressed now, most especially ladies. They are depressed. Yes, welcome, my sister. Good evening. You are welcome to Great Goodness People. Thank you for connecting this night. So as I was saying, a lot of people are going through pain. A lot of people are going through, a lot of ladies, they are really going through pain. When you talk to some ladies, if you are a single person, you have not married and you don't have relationship with God, when you have a relationship with God, you just believe that whatsoever that is going on, in life or with anybody, that God is going to make your own different, okay? So when you talk to people these days, you'll be scared of marriage. You'll be scared of what is going on in marriage. This is not the marriage we used to know about. This is not the marriage we used to hear. This is not the marriage we used to know. What is going on? I discovered that guys, most of them are not ready. They are not prepared for marriage, but I don't know what actually pushed them into it. You are not ready to marry her. How do you know that you are not ready? You are not ready because I've heard where some people on their very wedding day, on the altar, they are eyeing another lady. On their very wedding day, even a night before their wedding, they sleep with another person. On their very wedding day, their mind is connected to somewhere else. It's not supposed to be so. When you want to get married, you should be sure that this is the person I want to marry. I love the person, this person, whether for good, whether for bad, whether for any way, I'm going to be with this person. But I don't know what actually used to push guys into marriage. Then after marriage, you start treating these ladies like nobody. You start treating them like, they didn't come from anywhere. You start dealing with them, treating them like trash, maltreating them, leaving your wife at home, hanging around with other guys. The other day I went somewhere, so I was coming back. I bought a Tyson, and the Tyson man was making a call, and he was just shouting, telling the girl, if I come to that house, I'll break your head. I'm the one that paid this rent for you. If you lock me out. After talking, I like, okay, now your wife? You say, it's not my wife. My wife cannot treat me like that. And then, what are you doing with this lady? Say, I'll be guy now. I need woman too, apart from my wife. You see, that's a very, very wrong thing. You have a wife at home. You are hanging out, you are sleeping around. The most painful part of it is that you are not just sleeping around. The wife that you took, that you promised heaven and earth. Most of these guys, they allow their wife to end their relationship they have with another good person because they gave them fake promises, show them love, fake relationship, and they get married to them. At the end of the day, they started showing them their true color. Ladies, it is time you wake up. Before you actually accept a guy, make sure you know him very well, both in prayer, design him spiritually. And the problem we have these days, which time I talk to some people, we say, yeah, before I get married to him, I asked my pastor. My pastor says the will of God for me. Most of these pastors are not even genuine pastor. Then how will the pastor, is the pastor going to live with you? Why can't you have a personal relationship with God and seek for advice? Ask God to direct you. Is this my husband? Because each time I see people getting married, the wedding is so superb, wedding plan, wedding gown, wedding shoe, money just going. Sometimes the ladies, all the money she saved for the years, she just put all into the marriage. Within a short time, you see them running, crying, pain, and all that. How do we stop this? I think it's our time, guys have to be careful. Before you say I do, before you take any lady to the altar, make sure that from the depth of your heart, from the depth of your mind, that you actually love her and you are prepared to be married, you are prepared to marry. And make sure that you not just love her, you are set to marry. Because one of the problems we have is that a lot of guys are not mature. You might be old in age, but you are not mature. There's no maturity in you. Because I don't see a reason why you should get married today. Even after 1 week, some of you even get married. Some guys get married. Even when they are married, they are preparing for marriage. They also have a girlfriend, that someone keeping another relationship. They are not going to marry to the person, keeping the relationship, still planning to marry, get married, still get back to the old relationship. And causing all manner of pain. A lot of terrible things are happening now. Ladies are being depressed. They are not happy. Some of them are planning to kill the men. Some of them are planning to deal with them. Some ladies that can't even talk before. After marriage, they started talking. They become wicked. The man turned their life upside down, changed their life, changed the kind of person they used to be, changed their mind. Because why? You maltreat the person to the extent that the person has to harden his heart. It become a stone. She become a stone. Some of you go as far as lying against your wife, saying all manner of things against your wife just to keep a relationship outside. Guys, if you are not ready to marry, if you know that you still feel like hanging out, if you know that you are the kind of person that will not be satisfied with just one lady, why getting into marriage? Why not just keep hanging around until you are prepared? Or better still, you don't marry. Because you cannot marry someone's child and make the person's to become something else. Turn her life upside down. Become depressed. They are no longer focused. Some of them, even in marriage, they want to start dating. They want to work out. They want to, I'm begging guys, what is the cause? If you are not mature, don't get into marriage. If you are not prepared, don't say I do. Don't take her to the altar. If you know that you don't love her, if you know she's not going to satisfy you, if you know that the love you have for her is not enough for you to marry her, don't keep her. Don't marry her out of pity. Don't marry her because you have overstayed together. What will people say? It is better you break the relationship than to keep her in pain. It is better you break the relationship than to make her to be in tears or make her to hate you for life. A lot of people will not go to heaven, not because they are committing any other sin, because the way they treat their wife, because the way they handle their wife. Some of you are so wicked. Some guys are so wicked. They married somebody that is educated, that is well known, that is doing well. After marriage, you turn her to trash. You turn her to nothing. That is wickedness. That is wickedness. In case you are watching me and you don't know what they call wickedness. Wickedness is not only the person who took a gun and killed somebody. Wickedness is not just somebody who does something evil. Cheating your wife. Your wife's supposed to be your flesh. Your wife's supposed to be you. Promising her everything. Knowing that the worst part of it, or the most painful part of it, promising the lady on the altar that for better, for worse, I will love you, I will do this, And right in your heart, there is someone else in your life. There's someone else in your life. There's somebody else that you cherish more than her. Then I keep asking, why did you marry them? Why did you have to marry her? When you know that you don't love her enough to keep her. When you know that you don't love her enough to be with her for life. When you know that you don't love her enough to stay with her all the days of her life. When you know you don't love her enough to protect her. When you know you don't love her enough to provide for her. When you know, it baffles me when I see some men treat their wife like nobody. You treat your wife, some men are so good outside. They get money, they take care of other people outside, they have a good name outside, they are so friendly, but at home they're like a tiger, they're like a scorpion to their wife. Why? And you want prosperity, you want God to bless you, you want to live a healthy life, you want a good health, you want to have excellent children, you want to be a great man, you want to fulfill your destiny. You want God to do that which He has promised you. But the wife of your youth, you have turned her to a punching bag. You have abandoned her. You have followed other people. You've forgotten all that you have promised her. Brother, it is called wickedness. It is called wickedness. You are practicing witchcraft. Repent from it. Repent from it. Don't turn your wife to a slave. Don't turn your wife to nobody. Some of you go as far as telling the ladies outside that your wife is this, your wife is that, and all these are just lie. You lie against your wife. You say all manner of things. When God comes, where you go put your face? Where you go put your face? In case you're just coming in, this is AG Executive Kitchen. Great goodness people, where we cook and talk relationship. Today we are talking about why will you take her to the altar, or why will you take the vow when you know that you are not ready, when you know that you are not prepared, when you know that there are so many ladies in your mind that is eating you up, that you want to be with. You just like, you cannot just stay in one place. You just want to jump from one lady to another lady. There are some men that are not even dating, but they are naturally wicked. Before you get married to somebody's child, work on yourself as a man. Love yourself first. Love your family. Don't marry somebody and enslave the person and turn the person to a zombie in your house. As a man, love yourself. Take care of yourself. You are so wicked that you can even hide your money and you will starve your wife. You will tell her you have nothing. You will tell her. Some of you will even see your wife crying and she's sick. Your own wife. Then the worst part of it that these people, some of them are Christians, and you go to church, you go and pray to God when you have no peace in your home, when you don't love your wife, when you don't care for her, when you don't care how she feels. Just like I said earlier, the cap that I bought, you need to see how this lady was talking to the man on phone. I believe the lady might even be a young girl talking to an elderly man anyhow in the name of relationship, and this man has a wife, and I believe the wife can never talk to her like that. Brother, it is that time we change. When you treat your wife like nobody, the implication is so much. You are inviting affliction, you are inviting poverty. The woman who shed tears for your sake cannot be compared to a woman who prayed for you, a woman who blessed you. Even if she didn't speak it out, but when she think about you, she just smile and say, Father, thank you for my husband. Thank you for the kind of man you have given to me. That woman, that man cannot be compared with. When a woman say, what kind of life is it? How did I make this mistake? May God pay this man. Let us not do that evil. Let us love our wife with all our heart. Let us bring them together. Don't get married to a woman and have this mindset that, oh, she's just a wife. I just get married to her to have children. Well, some people have that belief that the reason why I'm getting married, I just want to have kids. And that's all. Because you want to have children. And you get married. After you've gotten those kids, you don't care about the woman who gave you life, who gave you children, who fought for you, who stood by you, who changed her father's name to your name, who cooked for you, who gave you everything, who submit her body to you. She answered to you anytime you call on her. Then you treat her like a slave. You treat her like nobody. You treat her as if she's nobody in the name of marriage. Why? Let us repent from it. A lot of men have killed their wife. Some of them go as far as using their wife as for money rituals. Some of them abandon their wife with pregnancy. Some of them turn the woman to nobody. That is wickedness. Brother, change from it. God is saying that is wrong. God is saying that is wickedness. God is saying that is leading to destruction. That is why you see a lot of things happening these days. Women are depressed. I mean, when you talk to some of them, you feel like weeping. What they go through, you won't even believe it that this is real. You abuse her. I talked to someone who told me that the husband will just look at her and say, "You are so ugly." You just tell her all manner of things. Look at your tummy, look at your breast. You just run her down. Reduce her to nobody, to the extent that this woman will be shy to relate with other people outside. Why? Because the man has so run her down. Naturally women, as they love praises. If a woman dress up and the husband say, "Babe, you look good today," that woman, no matter what you tell her that her head is up, she will always be happy that she's looking good, she's looking beautiful. So imagine when a husband come and tell the wife that, "I made a mistake getting married to you. You are so ugly with all this." And sometimes these women try everything possible to please their husband. Everything possible. They deny their family. They deny their own personal, their self, their own right, or what they're supposed to do to themselves, just to satisfy you. And you turn it to something else. Killing of women everywhere. Abusing of women. Sleeping out when your wife is at home. Hanging out with other people. And you go to church. Some of them are leaders in the church. That's wickedness. Don't do to others what you know if they do it to you, you will not like it. In case you are just coming in, this is AG Executive Kitchen, Great Goodness People, where we talk and cook relationship. This morning, we are not cooking. If we are not cooking this morning, we are not cooking today, sorry. We are talking about don't marry her when you know you are not ready. If you have been watching my video, you are not sharing it, what are you waiting for? Share this video. Let people know what is happening in Great Goodness People. Follow us on our Instagram, Telegram, our YouTube page, our Facebook page. God bless you. I don't want to take so much time this night. See you next time. But before then, I want you to know that we're having a program very soon. Just because there are some things we'll be planning to do that we've not really put in order. Once we are done, we are going to have a special program, how to forgive your wife or your husband when she offends you and you want to keep the relationship. I don't know if you have ever seen when a man breaks someone's heart to the extent that some men impregnate a lady outside, and after much pleading, the wife said, "Okay, I'm going to stay." How do you trust him back, even when the man has changed? Or how do you trust the woman back, even when she has changed? That's going to be our next topic. Hope to see you next time. Love you guys. Good night. Bye-bye.